Oh man. All right. So once again, we'll reintroduce the runners because it did take us some minutes here to get situated. Also have to wait for Ross to join the race time, but that'll take some time maybe. We're gonna be introducing these runners once again. rbxqbr, unrestricted phenom, has been playing unrestricted for a very long time now, but recently switched to NMG for the purposes of joining this tournament. He currently is holding a very respectable time. And Ross, the family man, who's been playing this route forever, specifically with short boost. At one point, he was the best short booster in the land. So yeah, in all of the land, exactly.
Oh man, I'm excited for this race. How about you?
You know what, man? Me too. I respect both of these runners.
Me too.
And we're gonna see something kind of special. I think it's great too. This is a small reprieve from the bombshell that's dropping tomorrow. It's like last weekend and this weekend, two like high octane matches, stretches of matches. That is.
And it's only going to get crazier as the brackets move on.
Absolutely. These the times are starting to funnel down to a single point and everything.
To a needle point, I would say. It's getting insane.
I'm gonna go directly to Ross's stream and ask about race time.
Yeah. Once we get both players into the race time, we'll be able to get this road on the show, so to speak.
Yep, we're going to be starting real soon. Both runners are within the race time. About to hit the slap that start button.
Smack it gently.
We are off to the races according to race time, but depending on stream delay, we'll see what happens.
Racetime.gg.
Racetime.gg for sure.
Good old stream delay. Just, really teasing us both.
That's for sure. I don't want to sit here and wait. Can we just get the short boost already, please?
Just fast forward in time 35 minutes and
yes, please.
We'll see some short boost action. Cut out all the tiny movement optimizations that these runners have grinded for hours and hours
you know,
to achieve.
That's the real boring stuff, right?
Destroy their harder.
Yeah, who wants to see movement when we can see tricks? Speaking of seeing, we're about to start seeing the race in front of our eyes. The timer is counting down.
Oh,
Ed, I don't know if you're gonna do the syncing, but we'll figure it out, right? Oh, yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's just how far ahead they are, and
yep,
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Looks like Ross is a touch ahead. What one is? Let's do 1 second. We'll do it live. That's what we do. It's live. We're doing it. I think we're just about synced. Ish.
Ish, yeah.
Now, let me do...
We're already seeing some movement differences in the tutorial segment. Oh, they're together now. Would you look at that?
I did it. I fixed it.
You
I helped.
did it. You did it, Georgie. My bad. I don't even know what that reference is.
I don't know what that was either.
Is it like It or something? I don't know.
I don't know. Definitely not. Actually, I've seen those movies.
Ah.
So Rubik's Cube taking the wall jump there instead of just taking the sweet spot jump. It loses a little bit of time, but it's a little bit more consistent. I do that too. So.
Yep, we are currently seeing a lot of differences in strats. For example, Ross blitzing out the lane skip pseudos, Rubik's taking his sweet time with it. Meanwhile, as Rubik's... So Rubik's is using the right stick rebind method to get the angle within the save room for the pseudo. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Ooh!
He's same frame.
Perfect. Wow.
Unbelievable.
That was great.
Wow, same frame. I'm just watching the same thing.
This is great.
Oh, but Ross gets in a bit sooner. Nope, I lied.
All right, so players have to land 12 missiles on phase 1 to transition Corpius to phase 2. Both runners having pretty good accuracy here. Ross looking like he's taking up a little bit better accuracy in phase 2 than rbxqbr.
Yep.
That's phase 2, 26 missiles?
Yeah, phase 2 and... well, technically all of Corpius shares the same health bar.
Well, yes.
We're looking at 12 in phase 1 on usual and a 26 between phase 2 and phase 3, yeah. So, yeah, Rubik's pulls ahead here with slightly better accuracy, as you can see by his missile count, right? Yeah, and then at the same time, if you can manage to miss only 4 missiles on phase 2 and hit the other 26, then you will be skipping that phase 3, which is a boon that only Rookie can have.
Yep. Raises the skill ceiling for Rookie mode.
Yeah, and it also has the added benefit, just in general, on normal mode or any such harder difficulty. Oh, Ross taking a bit of a dip there. On normal, hard, or dread mode, heavens above. Dread mode. Yeah, if you can actually run out of missiles on phase 3 and just be sitting there waiting for spit. That happened to me earlier.
Not great. It's not a fun time.
It really isn't. Also, fun fact, you can actually Doppler a 13th missile at the end of phase 1 and only need 25 on phase 2.
Wow, with all the hours I've put into this game, I'm still learning stuff. You gotta love it.
Yeah, so if you're on like missile 12, just run forward a bit when you shoot missile 13 and you might cheat a free missile. Who knows?
No. So, first Emmy zone of the game, pretty anticlimactic as we haven't activated the Emmy yet due to the pseudo waves that our runners did in the beginning. Rubik's Cube skipping the item tutorial here. Ross skipping it as well. Both our runners are doing short boost routing.
When it comes to the item tutorial, there are hidden items littered all around the minimap denoted by a white rectangle. If you slide into a 1-block tunnel in one of those boxes, you'll get a 7-second, hey, there's an item here. Speaking of items, yeah, Rubik's gets first try water skip, or Jehudi skip. Try. Ross gets second. Yep, completely fine. Rubik's does pull slightly ahead, but the thing is, when you're slightly ahead on Ataria, that's still kind of even because Cataris comes right after in that place. Fittingly as hell. Oh, Rubik's getting a 3-jump water plat skip with the aim method.
I love the aim method. Not a lot of runners use it, but if it works for you, it works for you.
Yeah, from my experience.
Trouble with water plat skip. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. From my experience, the aim method is a little bit weirder, but it does work just as well.
A little bit different timing, a little bit different muscle memory.
Mm-hmm. Rubik's had a bit of issue in the room before charge. Ross trades it with trouble on water platform skip, so we are trading small mistakes here and there.
Runners are still basically even at this point. They're an item dialogue away from each other right now.
To respond to someone in chat, Masked Critic, turbo up to 12 shots per second or 12 hertz is allowed in all Metroid Dread speedruns, pretty much. And it's just a decision the community came up with. Both runners use turbo. Ross switches between controllers in certain segments, probably just because of controller fidelity. For example, control sticks on turbo controllers are known to be terrible. Yeah.
I actually take an alternate an alternate strategy on Corpius because of the way the stick is.
I look at that and I wonder how archaic is this strat, honestly, Ed. Come on, gotta update.
It's a week 1 strategy. I'm actually considering starting doing controller swaps for Corpius. Man.
Rubik's having a bit of trouble on these ledge hops. I wouldn't be surprised. Yep, that's how they should look for sure. So hopefully Rubik's can clean up his B inputs, just like that, exactly. So it shouldn't be a too common occurrence at this level of gameplay. Tight ledge hops are pretty standard, and it's weird to see them not have it. It's a sign of like discomfort maybe in the moment, who knows?
Could be some tournament nerves, although I think both of these runners have probably shaken off most of their nerves by this point in the bracket, you know?
So coming up is the worst room in the game, in my opinion. There are 2 sets of 2-tile or more ledges, and if you press B too early to hop up them, you will wall jump instead.
You get a buffered wall jump, which is a strategy that is required for Atom Skip. However, you don't want it almost anywhere else. Well, no, that's not true. You just want it in really specific spots.
Yeah, both runners make this room look free. I envy them for this. I am the only person on the planet, I think, who struggles with this room every time. I don't know. I don't get it.
Don't take it away from me, okay? I like to buffered wall jump all over the place. It's never on purpose, but it happens a lot.
Hey, you like dying to the Elon eye door too, or what?
And the Chozo.
And the Chozo, unfortunate.
Both runners coming up on Magus Skip. There's a couple of different strats for this particular jump. I'm not sure which strats they use. rbxqbr doing the melee strat. Ross also using the melee strat. Both runners really struggling, but getting back to frame perfect here.
Oh, Rubik's misses some sort of jump, and now he's behind by like a second.
I think he got hung up on the ledge a second there, kind of rubbing the ledge. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Rubik's down! Oh no! This is gonna lose a ton of time for rbxqbr.
He takes the DLC slide! We've never seen part of the game before!
I don't think we've seen that in tournament, have we?
Oh no, I don't think we have.
You know he's cursing himself out on that one.
That might be some sort of tournament nerves right there. Hopefully he shakes it off now. Oh man.
Well, you know, it's over now. We're down to the Emmy kill. We'll see if either of these runners get plant kill. Maybe rbxqbr can execute some ridiculous movement here and just stand in one spot and burn down that Emmy plate.
Yeah, we're seeing a PowerPoint presentation on the side of... Oh no, this is not good for Rubik's. Oh, but it's the clean jump.
The jump over.
Oh, Ross is catching up on the PowerPoint.
Also jumped over.
Looks like we're... yeah, I mean... which frame is that? What is...
One?
We getting... what is this, Walmart internet? Like... teleporting back to the time of dial-up, apparently.
That just lifting jokes right out of chat.
Oh come on! I didn't see that until now.
All right.
Now I feel bad, Justin. I'm sorry.
Nah.
To be fair, I did say Walmart.
It's true. You did. We like to call that creative liberty.
Ross still on AOL. Someone said in chat.
rbxqbr coming up on one of my least favorite rooms in the game.
Oh come on! This room's great.
There. Ugh.
This room is great.
I've fallen down too many times in that room.
All right, we're meleeing across these gaps. For those who don't know, meleeing does, like, in the instantaneous momentum at the time of melee. Ooh! Anyway, at the time of melee, you have, like, really super increased horizontal momentum. So you can use that to, like, basically ledge skip, right? Yep. Or across gaps.
And the reason you don't see us doing it, like, all the time, like this is, you know, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and we're all backwards shield dashing all over the place. We're not doing it all the time because Samus actually has, like, a really long recovery time. Oh, nice, Rubik's. Let's go.
That was interesting. I have never seen something like that happen. Meanwhile,
not sure why the buffer happened, because the melee buffer isn't really needed with the strategy that rbxqbr used, right?
Yeah.
Just jump straight up.
Well, the thing is, with the setup, with the jump that he chose to do, I thought he was going to missile all 3 plies. So I'm very unfamiliar with that type of high jump followed by a SWAT melee, missile. So I couldn't really say anything about that. But both runners are now entering Cataris. Ross still on that something or other. Man, what is going on, Ross?
That Metroid Dread.ppt.
Listen, as long as he's still playing, maybe his internet will stabilize at some point and we'll get back to it. It looks like Ross is somewhere within the realm of 10 or so seconds ahead, according to the timer within each freeze frame. So, roughly. Like, I don't know.
And rbxqbr's movement has been pretty darn clean for the most part, so they're very close together. It's just really tough to kind of pinpoint where we're at here.
Yeah, we could attribute the time difference to the DLC slide that Rubik's had to take.
Yeah.
Everything else is probably the same.
Yeah, the DLC slide is actually that's a big time loss. It's got to be what, 10 seconds?
No, more than that, the way he did it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he went for the backup wall jump a couple of times too.
Yeah.
So that's like 15 or maybe even 20 seconds.
Maybe he even missed the midway point. So.
Oh yeah, that's true. So given that, pretty impressive where we're at. Let's see what strat.
No
Super
super.
boost.
What the? I've
never
seen
seen that strat.
I've never seen that. You're right.
Okay.
What the heck was that?
I
see.
will take it.
So on that magnet, Rubik slid down a bit to try to get auto-corrected spacing for that jump up the magnet, but misses the left input anyway. So it's a little bit disastrous. But we're reaching Hell Run now, one of the only Hell Runs in the game.
In Dread speedrunning. Really.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, ooh,
even lived without the energy tank.
Right.
1
So if Rubik's chose not to get the E-Tank, he still would have lived on 1. That is ridiculous.
Literally 1 HP. I think the lowest I've come out of that room is on 4.
I've gotten out on like 2 before, I think. Yeah, it's kind of weird, the HP values you get coming out. Sometimes they're like 34, and other times they're like 1. Oh, yeah. The revenge of the 2-tile ledge.
And the buffered wall jumps are just unfortunate.
Oh, the slide shows
back up. Does Ross go for Hell Pseudo?
I don't think he does. Yeah, he doesn't.
He does not. So there is a pseudo wave beam that you can do there to shoot through the ceiling, hit the button, and first try it saves what, 8 seconds or so?
It does save 8.
rbxqbr memeing on us all by opening the door, but just dipping on out of there. He said, "You know what?
Oh no,
I don't have time for this."
That's the second cloak door that Rubik's has failed to slide cloak through. So in total, that's probably somewhere within the realm of 3 seconds lost.
In fairness, though, rbxqbr was charging a shot, and if you're using normal controller binding and buttons, sliding, cloaking, and holding a charge shot at the same time without any back paddles on the controller is extremely difficult.
That it is. Actually, I forgot that the cloak was on R3, honestly.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult. I'm able to do it because I use a back paddle for my charge shot, so I can just hold that with my ring finger while I slide through. But Ross coming up on Adam Skip here.
Yeah, well, let's see. Okay, the PowerPoint is telling us that he did not get the first attempt. Oh, that did not look good either.
Didn't look good, no.
Yeah, so Adam Skip is one of the great equalizers of most people's runs. There are very few people in the world that are super duper consistent at this.
Yeah.
So we're hopefully going to see who comes out first. Ross's wall jump did not look good. Rubik's looks like he's slightly late. Yeah, he's resetting the room just to reset his flow, I think.
Yeah, I do that sometimes, actually.
There it is.
That looks good. That's it.
Very nice by Rubik's. Oh, wait!
Oh, Ross is over too!
Are they frame to frame? I don't get it!
Again. This is like the 3rd or 4th time!
Oh, God, these
I
runners!
wish we have to watch this through a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, if only it was smooth.
Oh, man!
Oh, man. Listen, what I think is happening is that the internet is kind of struggling to keep up. I think that's what's happening.
It is. These runners are just too fast, and the internet says, you know what? I can't do it. I'm going to get you what I can get you, but that's it. It's like trying to watch Enrico Pucci bounce around with Made in Heaven. You can't see it. It's going too fast, man.
I'm going to pretend I understood that, Mr. Boomer. I'm sorry, I don't know.
JoJo reference.
Oh, I haven't watched that.
Made in Heaven. Love. Part 6 is my favorite part. I know it's a contentious opinion for some, but it's my favorite part.
We're going to see these runners. I think they both elect to melee over the Emmy. It is slightly faster, but... Oh, no, Rubik's does take a jump.
Didn't see what Ross did.
Yeah, Ross probably meleeed. Judging by how far ahead he is by like a tiny bit here, the melee probably saved just that much over the high jump that Rubik's did.
It genuinely surprises me to see runners of this caliber not going for the melee, but it
might just be safety.
If you're not comfortable with it, it's not good to do.
Yeah, speaking of, Ross using a strat that's auto-timed and also the distance is automatic if you do a certain set of inputs correctly. You'll notice that Rubik's had to grab the magnet and shoot out 2 rows or columns, whichever way you want to see it. Yeah, columns of blocks there. Ross did not need to do that, but somehow is behind again. I know
Ross had to wait for the worm. Ross had to wait for the worm in the
really?
magnet pull-down room. Yep.
Well, surely they both did.
Sorry, he didn't have to wait for the worm. He did wait for the worm.
Oh,
rbxqbr did not at all.
All right. So both runners leaving Caterus now. Earlier, when we mentioned airtime with the jump versus the melee over the Emmy, one thing I didn't mention was that in this game, you want to stay grounded as much as possible until you get a very specific upgrade later down the line. Cloaking because he doesn't want us to see him entering this tram.
It's very John Cena of him.
Imagine if you stayed cloaked all the way in.
That would be great.
That would be kind of cool. And then you leave the tram
like
with no Aeon.
If you have grapple beam activated when you go into a tram or an elevator, Samus's gun will stay that light blue color.
Yeah.
And if you are holding A for flash shift, you'll stay covered in Aeon.
Yeah, fun fact. If you steal the Omega cannon using some glitches and then shoot it while on the pad, her arm cannon will not stop firing the Omega cannon all the way into the the elevator.
It's great to watch.
Yeah. All right, we're entering Dyron here. Caterus put behind these runners. They're both relatively even. Rubik's taking a small break before taking these jumps. Does not do the slope jump that saves a fraction of time. So it looks like Rubik's is more leaning towards these like safety strats that has pretty much 100% consistency because there are like 0 fail conditions, which is always fair for tournament.
Like they're a touch slower, but this is tournament setting, so you want to be safe as much as you want to be fast. When
it comes to tricks like Adam Skip, they're pretty much like, 3 times!
Episode 3, Revenge of the Wall Jump.
Oh man, the dark room, sometimes it can get you. It also doesn't help that there's a bat there just like telling you to buzz off, you know?
He's just hanging out. He's just trying to hang out in his dark room, and Samus comes in with her lit up suit and bothering his dark vibes, you know? He's mad about it.
Remind me, is this losers? Someone in chat's asking if this is winners. I think this is losers, right?
Hold please, I will pull up the bracket. I have it in my web browser.
Both runners getting wide beam. Spacer beam, thick beam. I think this is losers, actually. I think I know the 4 people in winners right now. Yeah, so this is the losers. Excuse me, this is the loser side of the Mawkin Bracket. Rubik's doing a different strategy here, but misses the missiles on the robot, so has to slide twice, but gets lucky. Oh, no!
Oh, man.
This is why... I don't know. Maybe Rubik's learned about that recently, so... actually, it's funny. Because Ed Nolium over here is the one who recently rediscovered that D-boost and posted about it with visual cue and all. Rubik's jumped to the right of the correct visual cue instead of slightly to the left of it, so they didn't get boosted the right way.
Was he charging a pseudo screw? Or
he was.
Oh, okay.
He was just to the right of the.
If you jump at the wrong frame, it just doesn't work, unfortunately.
Yeah, you get the stupid boost going the wrong way. Rubik's did not identify that he was going right off the D boost, so he kept holding left and fell down the gap instead of recovering.
That's unfortunate. You hate to see that.
Unluckers.
Very unluck. It's not fun.
Alright, but both runners are leaving the first of many Dyron visits in this run. Dyron is a really important place to be in, but there's nothing more important than the next upgrade coming up, since it pretty much allows you access to the entire game. So we're getting the Morph Ball next. I'm excited to see if anyone goes for Professor Dumb, Professor Stupid, but I don't think they will, because it's scary.
I think it's free.
Hey!
But... honestly, it's another one of those things where you need to react to a perfect visual cue. You need to react correctly every time. It's a very precise trick, and if you don't get it, it's a lot of time lost. If you die, it introduces death conditions that wouldn't otherwise exist on the normal kill. But it does save 1 second overall, right? 1 second total.
Yeah, 1 second on the next split.
Well, because it loses 3 on this and gains or loses 2 on this and gains 3 on the other, so it's like a net
something like that. Yeah. Well,
I don't know the math. I'm not a mathematician.
Recently, I think it's like 1.5, 2.5 actually.
I'm not a wizard.
Or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that I trust the people who timed it earlier. But here we're gonna see rbxqbr going for the very standard green Emmy kill. This is the fastest kill you can do up here. Actually, it's the fastest kill in general. But
Yeah.
Professor Stupid has influences the next split, even though it's the slowest kill in this room.
It
But,
does. It makes you not have to run right and then run left because you already ran
Yep.
right. That's really all it does, and it's really swaggy. So it's fun to
Yep.
do.
Judging by the PowerPoint presentation that we're seeing here, I think we're also still carrying a 10-second lead.
Roughly, yeah, it looks that way. We'll have to judge by Ross's next frame.
Justin saying that the losers get fed to Dragaiga at the end of the tournament. I'm all in on this lore bit, actually.
If that's true, I don't want to go meet Spore Spawn soon.
Unfortunate. You just gotta deal with it.
Moist Spore Spawn.
See, if you don't want to go to water Spore Spawn, you just gotta win your next match. That's what I'm saying.
Gonna try. That's all we can do.
Absolutely.
So, runners are going up to a room right now where there's like, I don't know if you want to call it a trick, but it's movement where you can zero cycle, meaning the bugs come out and damage boost you through the tunnel. rbxqbr did not go for it.
Yeah, so to get that, so the zero cycle, you have to be like stop on a dime and then jump into the tunnel and also climb into the tunnel ASAP. If you're holding a charge, your morph into the tunnel is also delayed. So you don't want to do that. And then you want to, kind of want to just have faith. And then if you're getting the missile 10, which I think Rubik's did,
Yes,
you get like butt boosted into it, which is great.
Yep,
True zero cycle doesn't hit any of them. But you have to spin jump into the tunnel for that, which is not easy.
You do? I didn't know you had to spin jump. I've always just neutral jumped and
I've gotten it one time with neutral jump out of like how many times have I done runs? And then when it comes to spin jumping, I've gotten it once like yesterday.
Oh,
And I only started doing it yesterday.
I always go for neutral jump. Oh, interesting little D-boost on the little water flies there. Kind of like that.
Not sure if that was Ooh. Well, that definitely wasn't.
That was definitely not intentional. But even if it's not intentional, I thought it was cool. You know what? You dodged the E part.
Almost fell into it, though. I got scared when I saw the hang.
No turbo slide, unfortunately.
Yeah, we call it, there's 3 layers of slides there, depending on the speed you get. I have never seen that.
Ooh, I actually dig that. Probably next 0 time, but I like it.
It does open the door.
I like not having to open the door after you're morphed out of the tunnel.
But there are 3 layers of slides you can get through those vents. There's the regular slide, which Rubik's got. Then there's the super slide, which is slightly faster. And then there's the hyper slide, where you blink and you're gone.
Oh, right, hyper slide. That's
there's 3 layers of slides. We don't actually know how to get either one of those 3. We just know that it's kind of there. And
I'm convinced that I have a reasonable, I have a reasonably reliable method of getting the. What's the second one?
Super slide.
Super slide and or hyper slide. It's you press ZL, the morph button, when Samus's hips are on top of the gap.
I'm gonna be real, brother. I don't pay attention to that. I just feel it. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I use visual cues for like everything, so
respectable for sure.
Makes it easier to teach stuff.
When it comes to the gap between runners, I verified with the PowerPoint given to me that Ross is approximately 16 seconds ahead at this point. But we'll see how that swings when it comes to the Kraid boss fight coming up.
Yeah. Big old green old time waster boy.
Actually, recently I've been growing to like him.
Yeah.
For some reason. I don't know. Like, it's cathartic just putting him down.
Truly, I think once you learn single wall jump, Kraid becomes a more fun fight.
Yeah, just by a little bit.
Just by a touch, you know?
Yeah, and then you hate it all over again when you drop from the single wall jumps.
Listen, let's not talk about that. Let's not collectively curse these runners. Let's send them good single wall jump energy.
That's if they do decide to do it. Yeah, I don't know about it.
Good RNG. I don't know which one of them is going to go for it, if either. But
well, we might or might not be able to see it from the side of Ross because
this is true.
Yeah, at this point, we're not even at dial-up anymore. What generation are we in?
No, we're at DSL right now.
DSL, there it is.
It's DSL. Yep, that's where we're at. Okay. Having lived through the dial-up DSL era, you know, it's dial-up to DSL era.
I don't know if that boost was intentional from Rubik's. I think he meant to respin right and went left instead.
You know, it could be that. It could be one of those strats that's like not necessarily time savvy, but is 100% consistent in dodging a dip in the lava there. Because if you pivot respin off of that ledge too early, too quickly, it's really easy to end up in that lava.
Yeah, but we're seeing Ross is going for the belly version here.
Belly.
This is completely fine. Rubik's missing a ton of missiles here, so he has to have good accuracy on these quick charges to make good time. Oh, the chin! The chinny chin, eating nearly half of his quick charges, but he gets through. Oh, here's a single wall jumps.
2, 3, 4, 5,
6. That's completely fine.
Super
Ross
fine.
still somewhat ahead. Depends on RNG here, though, for sure.
So Rubik's going for a weaving strat here, where he's Rubik's is a turbo user, and you're able to hold your turbo button and tap R at intervals that you would normally fire missiles. And what that serves to do is take out Kraid's claws without having to sacrifice on damage to Kraid himself.
Yeah, it looks like the runners, the gap has closed a little bit from the Kraid fight. Previously, there were 16 Avaria, now they're back to somewhere around 10.
I don't know whether to chalk that up to RNG. Rubik's Cube getting the single wall jumps is probably
it was probably the SWJs, yeah. For those wondering, the single wall jumps, the inputs to do them are you have to wall jump off a wall, and then neutral stick on the wall jump, and also morph as close as possible, all 3 of those. Then you're gonna get like a really acute angle going upward with your morph jump.
You're nearly going to go vertically.
Yeah, almost vertically. Then you have to unmorph, respin back to the wall. You have to time that to the peak of your jump, and then repeat the process. Doing that even more than twice is a bit of a challenge.
And let alone, and I mean, optimal single wall jumps on Kraid is 4 single wall jumps. Rubik's Cube got it in 6 because he had a couple of shallow angles, so they were they didn't get him as much height. And also you have to hold jump.
Yeah.
You can't let go of jump because that determines your height as well. There's a lot of factors at play. Very difficult trick to do.
Speaking of very difficult, the runners here are going to go left at this intersection between grapple and bombs, confirming that both runners will be heading into short boost territory. And why don't you tell us what short boost is about after this yellow Emmy discourse coming up?
Yeah. So,
Ross playing it safe.
Yeah, Ross playing it very, very safe. There's a strat where you can use a single wall jump there. I'm wondering if Ross is just not comfortable with single wall jumps. Didn't do it on.
He might not be.
Do it on the yellow Emmy.
Oh wait, Rubik's is going for a coyote
jump.
But
interesting.
They
can single wall jump.
Yeah, so on this single wall jump, actually, it doesn't matter how bad your single wall jump is, you'll still make it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
It can be like anywhere. Yeah, it can be anywhere between like 100% accurate and -20. So
if you can single wall jump, you will get the height.
Yeah, and it's even more perplexing because the yellow Emmy spawn was incredibly agreeable.
Yeah. Yep.
So we'll see what maybe we'll be able to talk about.
No, missing the ledge. Oh. Those jumps are why runners like Rubik's Cube and myself take wall kicks in the first Artaria climb. They can be difficult to hit precisely if your inputs are slightly off. It's it's just one of those things.
Ross getting bombs on touch, 2853.
28.
The PowerPoint was very helpful there.
For once.
All right, we'll see the gap here. The gap got bigger. It looks like it's 15 seconds.
Yep.
So before it was 16, then it was like 10, and now it's 15 again, even though Ross took the long way around.
And just as a reminder, these runners have been frame perfect with each other like 3, 4, 5 times in the run so far.
Something like that.
Who knows what's going to happen from here on out.
We're getting an extended vacation towards the Z57, the dead Z57 corpse in the background, the experiment.
The experiment.
Thanks to the PowerPoint. Seeing him again here. See, most people see the speedrun and they're like, "What is that?" And then we say, "We don't know. We never go there."
The bosses goes there, but that's about it.
That's like the one time. I mean, you are used to go there, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, Z57 is an all bosses only type deal. Even glitchless skips him now. Sag.
Yeah. There was a time when any percent glitchless fought Z57. Not anymore.
Speaking of and something better in general, we're entering Berenia here. It's a great reprieve from Dairon, also housing the one upgrade I was talking about near the beginning of this race, where you can start ignoring the stay on ground bit. of in certain places. It's called the flash shift.
Good old flash shift.
Let me ask you, Ed.
What's up?
I know it's in your top 3 upgrades, but which slot does it take?
3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which ones? Which ones?
Speed booster and screw attack.
You put screw attack in front of flash
No,
shift.
you gotta understand. I am a legacy Metroid player.
Oh,
I started
okay.
on Nestroid. Screw attack holds a special place. In my
I
heart.
gotcha. All right. You'll see these runners having to go through the underwater segments of Brania 1. This is
One of
because
my least favorite rooms in the game.
yeah, this room is deceptively difficult.
It is so difficult to optimize this room. Underwater physics are crazy, and we go through great lengths as speedrunners to just avoid the heck out of them.
Yep. These rooms are... Unfortunately, we have to take these rooms in short boost routing because we lack grapple beam. You can see at the top right of Rubik's Cube's screen here, there's a grapple block. We could take that as a shortcut, but we don't have grapple, so we can't.
Yep.
Looks like Ross meleeed that Steve just to show him what's for. I don't think I've ever seen that like done ever. Might just be like a to heck with you kind of thing. Who knows?
You know, I'm not really sure.
Nice boost.
Nice damage boost from Rubik's Cube.
I don't know if he standardized that in any way, but that was sick.
I dig it. Ross going for the backdoor flash.
Right.
Tricking this shutter door into thinking that Samus is nowhere near, so it can just open back up.
Yeah, you need at minimum 9 bombs to get over. Ross gets through with the 9 bombs, but triggers the door.
Closes.
So if you close this door while you're going through, you have to wait for it to open on this end, which loses you time. Rubik's looking like he goes for a very vertical bomb
which is risky.
composition. Yeah, you'll see most runners going for a bit wider on the bomb patterns here, but it went through, and he also closes the door. Oh no. Hold
me. You know
me.
what they say, when opportunity closes a door, they open a water segment? I don't know how the phrase
Yeah,
goes.
you lost me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing.
Ross foregoing the underwater Breniacitos here because doesn't know how to do them too well yet.
And also, they don't save time if you miss at all, correct?
They equalize if you have relatively slow pauses and miss, yes.
Yeah.
Depending on how fast you go, you can make them faster even if you miss one.
Yeah, you do need to be pretty precise to get those pseudos correct.
Yeah, small knowledge check on the side of Ross here. Rubik's Cube did left to right. It is technically faster to right to left because you can carry the ball momentum from that ledge boost you can do to the right side. When it comes to underwater movement, if you morph off of a ledge, you get a slight forward momentum like boost kind of deal, and
Just like
you can keep that.
When you slide morph off of a ledge outside of water.
Exactly. And in water, it's really useful to get over certain gaps. Since you can't melee in water, you can use a ledge boost instead, and sometimes you can save a dip further into the water.
You can melee, it's just that it will always be stationary until you
yeah, you're right.
Which is even worse, because you're like, oh, I'll just dash melee, and you press X, and then Samus is like, I got this, and stands still and whiffs at nothing. She just whips her arm cannon up.
Oh man, Ross in the final yellow Emmy zone, because very soon he's going to have words with that yellow Emmy. Arguably one of the easiest yellow Emmys to kill, unless you mess up. And then it becomes one of the hardest out of nowhere.
It's the easiest yellow Emmy to kill because it's the only.
Okay, my bad. You got me. You're right. One of the easiest Emmys to kill. I am so sorry.
But you're absolutely right. Done optimally, yellow Emmy is hyper easy. One would say free.
Until you mess it up.
Until you mess it up, or if you use a turbo controller with really bad stick circularity and you miss one shot, and then Speed Emmy is suddenly in your face and you take a death.
We'll see what that good kill looks like from Ross here. Notice how the yellow Emmy is hit as soon as it starts leaving the tunnel. I like to call this... Yeah, that was great accuracy as well. I like to call this particular kill the yellow Emmy does not get to play type deal.
Yeah, just
which is great.
Very much out of the fighting game community book, I think. You know, you just don't get to play. You're getting comboed in the corner for 10 minutes. Perfect. That's literally what's happening. The yellow Emmy's just getting comboed in the corner like you're playing Dragon Ball. It's
5 golden letters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's it. It's just done.
Rubik's having Rubik's having a bit of a harder time with it. Does the same kill functionally, but had his shots under the tunnel while the yellow enemy was leaving, which means that the kill starts a bit later, and Ross will have that small time gap to make up.
Which I will say could be actually an intentional strategy, because it's what I used before I started aiming, before I started getting a better feel for the control sticks on my controller. Because if you aim at the corner of where that tunnel is, like right at the lip, that's where the Emmy's face ends up when it's done untransforming. So it could very much be an intentional strategy to compensate for
maybe
because that's literally what I did for 8 months.
But like, I can do it. Why can't you, old man?
I mean, I can now.
True
but
enough.
It's something you have to put in the effort for, and
yeah,
you know, it's a tough thing.
Speaking of effort, Mercury's team put a large amount of effort in making the Speed Booster one of the best upgrades ever created, ever in the history of ever. I'm gonna say that a lot.
Are
it's
not
just real.
You're not kidding.
Yeah, the Speed Booster in this game, you can jump while speed boosting, you can morph jump,
you can wall jump.
You can rub on walls and still keep speed. You can slide morph off like that. You can, oh my god.
You can instantly shine spark straight up in the air with no lag.
This is just, I love this upgrade, and they're going to use it to great effect really soon. Not just now, but in a bit, they're going to combine both the flash shift, the grapple beam, well, I said both,
booster.
And the speed booster in a different way to get a certain upgrade early. We're approaching that split now. Both runners are approximately one yellow TP cutscene apart, which is not the greatest safety net considering what's happening soon. I'm pretty sure Ross is going to have to go really well here in order to potentially keep what he's got.
Yeah, it's short boost. It's coming up, folks. We already know. Everybody knows. Everybody hates it. Nobody likes it. Guess it'll go eat worms, you know.
Hey, I like it today.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your short boost on. Go screw attack. So, coming up on one of the worst tricks in the game, one of the most difficult tricks in all of Metroid Dread speedrunning, truly. You have every single factor that you could possibly have working against you for this trick. You have a grapple door, you have environmental damage, you have a door transition in a game that has notoriously interesting, to say the least, door loads.
Yeah, they're very inconsistent.
And interrupting a movement animation basically in the background. Like, you can't see what you just have to know the timing, because we're going to be interrupting flash shift by pressing a down input in the middle. And what this does is it allows Samus to reset to a neutral state and start moving forward, but the game still thinks she's in a flash shift. So you're moving forward while moving backwards. You're running forward while moving backwards, and that allows us to start charging up our speed booster in a shorter amount of space than we would normally be able to, in order to store a shine spark and get out of that water and get screw attack before you would normally be able to. Ross almost had a perfect short boost right there.
We're gonna start seeing it happen. Wait, that down looks kind of sick. Oh,
yeah, there it is. You were right. I had the same thought.
Let's go, Ross.
Frame. Let's go, Ross.
Easy.
That was what, second, third try?
That was second try. That was the free second try of his life.
So, rbxqbr is now in a position where he's got to get this first or second try.
Yep. And he does the pause buffer. He does very normalized strategies with the pause buffer. I'm pretty sure he's going to get it relatively quickly, even going as far as the pause buffer for the end for the store, which I respect for sure.
That looks great. Nice down input. That looks good.
Let's
get the store. Let's get the store.
There it is. Okay,
nice. Let's go.
Don't choke it. You got to get there.
And now this part's hard because you have to unmorph and then flash it before you fall into the water.
All right, we've got a race. The runners are out here.
We have a race. I'm so happy that both of these runners absolutely just crushed the hardest trick in the game.
Now, this is still Ross's race to lose. His PB is somewhat farther ahead than Rubik's is, from what I remember. So,
I believe so.
This is, from this point on, it's a consistency check on the side of Ross.
Yes, because we've seen this entire race so far that rbxqbr takes strategies that are a touch slower, but are much more consistent. So Ross going for the faster strategies, he's got to execute. If he's not going to execute, it's his race to lose, just like you said.
Yeah, speaking of execution, Rubik's having some trouble with the out-of-water bomb jump on the way out of screw. What he was trying to do there was lay a bomb as he's falling right on the water's edge, and then he'll do a jump into a morph when he's out of the water. And even though that bomb's in the water, it'll still push him out. He doesn't need to do anything to get out of there.
As long as the bomb is below the center of Samus's morph ball for him.
Yeah, something like that.
Out of the water. I'm fairly certain that's it. I actually use a visual cue for that too.
Yeah, I just use feeling, man. Come on.
Yeah, well, you know.
Like, it's like food, right? Like, why measure spice? Just use feeling. You know what I mean?
I agree, except for when you're baking. Because baking is chemistry.
True. You're right, you're right.
I learned this from my girlfriend, who's an excellent baker.
I learned this from messing up cookies a couple years ago.
Oof, not a fun time. Thank
they
you,
were
Arc
too
Candy,
sweet.
for the raid.
Oh, Arc Candy with the raid, yeah. Arc is going to be playing tomorrow alongside B-Dog. Oh, wait. Ross takes the DLC missile.
Oof.
That's unfortunate.
4 seconds? 3 seconds?
Something like that. Somewhere within the realm of 2 to 3, I think. Because it's right in the way there, so it's fine. But like I was saying, Arc Candy and B-Dog, 2 of the favorites to win a significant portion of the tournament. What the heck, Ross? What the heck was that?
Ross, I think, is just celebrating the short boost.
Might have been. But yeah, not Ross, B-Dog and Arc Candy are playing tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, I believe. It's going to be a great one to see for sure. I'm excited to see these powerhouses play against each other. It also helps because whoever wins that, I'm against. So go Arc Candy. I don't want to go against B-Dog. Is that bad sportsmanship? I'm just being honest. The matchup odds are not great for me there.
Ross coming up on one of my favorite Shine Sparks of the entire game here. Storing, flash shift to a quick rise, morphing.
Very well done.
Very, very well done. Very clean. Don't get memed on by the shutter here. Doesn't sound like he did.
Yeah, I was intentionally not switching the audio because Ross was PowerPointing, but since he's actually back, thanks. I think you handled that up. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I switched it back just
thanks for that.
I saw that his stream is smoothed out a little bit.
Yeah, just because of the PowerPointing, I decided to delay the audio switching.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh no, I didn't just make it happen again. Did I? Stay there. This is a good race.
Rubik's Cube are not going for the Shine Spark here.
Yeah, I don't know if, judging by the movement that he's elected to do, tighter inputs like those might be a bit of a challenge. Oh, almost getting griefed.
So scary.
That was close.
Wow. That actually made my heart jump a little bit. Like I should go to a doctor right now. Like that was scary.
Rubik's not getting knocked away by the robot, which is a good thing. When you have screw attack on these robots, which is almost the entire point of having early screw, you just get to blitz through these guys and not take a detour later for screw.
Not to mention skipping like 3 or 4 trams and load
Yeah,
screens.
absolutely. You don't want to get knocked away by any of the attacks that the robots can give out. And the thing is, sometimes you don't have a choice, because when you screw attack in this game, your hitbox reactivates even if you were in iframes earlier. So sometimes you can screw attack right into the waiting arms of a beam or a red claw, or heavens above, a blue claw.
A blue claw is not our favorite. It's, the amount of knockback that you get hit when you get hit by that is just insanity. He's going to launch you all the way across the room.
Ross going for a D-boost above that like hedgehog guy, but misses it and just has to take it. But it's completely fine. Ross is still almost an entire Dyron, what is this, 4?
Dyron 9 quadrillion.
Dyron 9 bajillion, you're right.
Neither runner going for the speed keep through there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah, I'm
but,
actually a little surprised.
It's okay. It's fine. I mean, maybe there's some comfort in the flash shifting there. The thing is with this game is it's very difficult sometimes to eyeball which is faster, speed or flash.
Yeah, some of these things really just haven't really been properly timed out by anybody yet, or if they have, it's older and people don't really know. Yep. So it's very tough to just tell, because to me, Speed Booster always looks faster because it looks cooler.
Oh, speaking of Speed Booster, Ross did, by the power of PowerPoint, he got the top route link through the door. Oh,
through link?
I thought he was going for the full link.
True link.
It's fine. Ross going for the optimal flash shifts as well, going towards the next area. The flash shift method, as opposed to the speed booster method, is faster by roughly a second going in.
Ooh, getting tagged by the beam, though.
Yeah, but getting tagged by that takes away a bit of that as well, but it's completely fine. Now we're going to see Ross go for Dragaiga skip, water spore spawn skip, DLC ball skip, nice aim.
Grapple strats.
Oh, wait.
Ooh, might get memed
Oh,
on.
nice.
No, nice. Excellent execution.
Yeah.
Good save.
As long as you... Oh, wait, Rubik's also going for the top route here. We'll get to see this in full blast. Rubik's also lands it. That's
Nice.
huge.
I love top route. Oh, no!
Okay, so this is bad. He doesn't have that speed going into this tunnel. That's a massive time loss.
So slow without it. It's huge. And it's
oh no,
deceptively difficult to do that. Oh, the buffered wall jumps all over the place. It doesn't feel great. Rubik's Cube also coming up on the Drogaiga skip. It's the same angle, but inverted as the Phantom Cloak pseudo earlier on. Nice. Gets it in 3 shots. Also going for the grapple strap. Missing the grapple. Oh, man, that's tough. Almost getting a recovery strat. Going for the option of just murdering the enemy there to make sure that he's able to get up without having to deal with those spikes. Meanwhile, I was going to comment on Ross's fight with the gold Chozo, but instead it's already blown up, exterminated, and out of this world. Ross moving up the this room here after the gold Chozo. There's a couple of really cool optimizations in that room that are pretty difficult to do. There's a downward grapple boost there, which is one of, I think, 2 in the game that you can even do. Gets you some downward momentum there.
what a miss. Sorry, I had to get up for a sec.
That's okay. You missed me talking about Rubik's Cuber having a little bit of trouble with the Berenia Tower climb after Drog Skip, unfortunately, but and you missed Ross absolutely demolishing Gold Chozo as normal.
Oh, speaking of though, Rubik's unfortunately has some trouble with that. Enter Gavarin. I think he went for a speed boost. I wasn't paying too much attention at the time, but both runners high-fiving here in all technicality, except one goes left and the other goes right.
Yeah.
So now Ross is somewhere within the realm of 40 seconds ahead. The loss in Berenia 1 really cost Rubik's Cuber.
Yeah, it was kind of a big loss there. That morph tube is like, it's killer if you don't get that speed there, and it feels so bad to miss it because you're just like, well, I guess this is my life now. I'm in this tube for 5 seconds, and there's really not anything you can do about it.
Yeah, worth mentioning there's the controller swap. I think Ross is switching to turbo now for the purposes of Elon Warrior. He's been running non-turbo pretty much for the entire 48-minute bracket all the way here.
Yep, Elon Warrior turbo does make quite a bit of difference. Makes the fight much more consistent. You can kill it usually before, or phase transition it before it gets 2 attacks off, or as it gets 2. I forget exactly.
I don't know. All I know is that he jumps at me and I get mad.
You don't like it when
yeah.
you jump. It's not great.
If you cannot defeat the warriors, any of the warriors actually, when it comes to phase 1. Oh,
what was that?
I think Rubik's forgot he had screw.
No. He flashed knowingly. To try to catch the ledge, but the flash was a little too low. He did it a little too early, and he caught the slope.
I have never seen that.
I've never seen that before either. It was very interesting. Ross not getting item tutorialed.
Yeah, you'll notice on this map there's a white rectangle flashing. You can even see it right now on the mini-map. The entire room there, so if you slide into any of those tunnels, you will incur an item tutorial. I'm very familiar with that. Happened to me today.
Yo. Big Sam. Done that before. Doesn't feel good. Crossbomb room 1 is just actually insulting, in my opinion.
Now Ross is gonna go for a very minor time save here, but it's really cool, and it uses speed booster. Yeah, for this one you can keep the speed booster all the way up to the eye door and shine spark it, so you can avoid parrying it, just like that.
Going for the melee spark there.
That's fine. Here comes the boss fight. Yeah, Ross will be weaving as well over here, so this, yeah, you can see the attack. If Ross got a jump attack there, he would have to wait 3 seconds, which sucks. Thankfully, Ross is getting some pretty good RNG.
You don't really have to wait. You just have to aim.
Well, no, because until he lands, he won't transition to phase 2, so you do have to wait.
True. That is true. You do have to wait.
See, come on, Ed. I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
This is why you're number 1 seeded and I'm number 16 seeded.
Come on, don't sell yourself short.
Ross going for one of the greatest time saves of all time.
Yeah, and before you ask, that's literally what it's called.
Yeah, that's actually the name of it. And because it saves like what, a half a second, something like that.
Something like that.
When you execute it correctly.
I mean, you got to open the door. That's the sexy part, you know.
Yeah, I love opening doors. It's one of my favorite things.
Well, I was talking about with the spark shotting, not just opening doors. Oh, Rubik's didn't morph on his way out, or he intended to drop there. I'm not sure which one.
To me, it looked intentional.
All right, let's see how Ross deals with the hardest boss of the game. Oh, loses second to the hardest boss in the game.
Which is the exiting Elon cutscene skip, one of the hardest bosses in the game for sure.
Right behind Corpus
for me.
Honestly, it's this one and then the 2 tile ledges in the game.
Yeah,
those are the
2 tile ledges.
Oh,
Ross misses. He's laughing though.
Yeah,
he's like, how did I do that? Going for the speed keep up to
the Emmy's in a bad spot. That might have been the best thing that could happen.
Yeah, that might have been okay. You know what?
Unfortunately, though, the Emmy might snipe him on through this gap. Oh, he's fine.
Oh, he made it. He made it. Getting the quick rise there from the 3 flashes.
Rubik's
not going for the greatest time save of all time.
Yeah, but he's stored. So I wonder what the deal. He's stored into just speeding again.
That had to be accidental. That had to be. I think that's a missed instant spark.
Maybe.
I truly do, because I mean, we saw earlier that Rubik's Cube definitely knows how to instant spark, so I think that was a missed input, unfortunately.
Blue Emmy being very nice to Ross here. Ross speeds a little bit further into the closer to the door, which means that Ross cannot instant spark up onto the CU, but that's completely fine. Does a bomb jump to screw the brain. Fun fact, I think the screw attack on the brain does like 99k.
That sounds right.
Yeah, for
How very
comparison,
Final Fantasy of it.
yeah, limit breaking for sure.
Yep.
By comparison, super missiles do 300. So
it's a bit of damage, you would say. Like I said, I'm. Oh yeah, I saw that. I was.
Yeah. So sorry for interrupting you. But,
no, it's fine.
They both missed it for different reasons. I have never seen anyone morph through that.
I've done it before, but I think that's a comfort thing.
Oh, okay. It should be relative in speed, so it's fine.
I'm sure it is.
All right, we're going to see some grapple climb action. They are now a mushroom climb and an entire ice Emmy / CU fight separate. These mushrooms are finicky.
Those mushrooms, this is deceptively difficult. That room is really tough. I think part of the reason that Ross probably went for the not slow spark, but the non-instant spark is that sometimes the door transition to the control unit is a little weird, and you can just miss. And if you miss your spark, you have to go for the in-room spark or shoot missiles at it, which takes 5 ever.
That's true. One thing to say about the insta-spark, though, however, is that you'll notice that in both of their fights, there were turrets on the ceiling, and the Rinkas hopping about. If you insta-spark, those turrets will not spawn, and the Rinkas won't be able to bother you if you're fast enough on the screw attack, which means you can even wall jump and line yourself up that way. These runners had to do bomb jumps instead because the turrets were in the way. So unless you're very precise with your wall jump flash, you will not be able to hit the CU with the screw attack that way. Yeah, Ross taking 2 dips. Oh no.
Oh, flashing straight into the wall. No. Missing the jump, losing some time here. Not electing to get spin boost to get out of the water because, you know, that would be heckin' slow. But we're going for a water bomb jump here and just struggle bussing.
There we go. Good stuff.
One missed input or couple of missed inputs snowballing into even more. It's not a fun time. So
what happened there was I heard the sound of Ross's flash shift when he only broke like half of the screw blocks going in. So he got stop gated there and then didn't know how to judge the distance without the flash shift, which auto-corrects that distance for you.
It sure does.
So like when you flash shift into that, oh wow, the Enki giving Rubik's bit of a you shall not pass moment, but
you know, the buffered damage is not fun.
When you flash shift from the screw blocks to the left, oh nice grapple boost into into that little screw encasing. You can just respin and just let go of everything, and you'll pass. And then as soon as you pass through that segment right there, right, you can just hold right from there. So we'll see it here, just like that.
Perfect. That's what Ross was going for.
Now Ross is a green TP and probably almost half of the gravity puzzle away. We'll see how Ross does with it. Gets the store break. That's the hardest part of all this.
It is very difficult.
And flashes over the gap.
Nice.
Look for safety, and let's
Oh.
go.
I'm surprised that that was a slow melee spark. Like, that doesn't usually, if you interrupt the spark with the, or interrupt the melee animation with the spark, it's faster.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened, honestly, but it's
It
alright.
was a stand melee, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
It might
interesting.
have been a late
Shooting the
input.
blobs with the diffusion shot on the mantle there. I don't know if I've seen that before.
Neither have I. I don't know if I
cool.
like it.
I think it looks cool.
But
At
it
least.
looks cool.
So, like,
Yeah, that's good enough.
That's points in my book, man.
Rubik's Cube now heading down to the gravity puzzle as well. Oh,
the wall jump.
doing this version.
Slide?
Also
not
gets the
slide.
store.
I guess
Very
you don't have to
nice.
slide. I've
Yeah,
been
you
making
don't.
it harder on myself.
Oh, almost gets stopped by the
Nice.
slope.
Getting the
We're
instant spark.
Yep, we're good. We're good. So Rubik's has an extra missile 10. Oh, so I think Ross skipped the crane missile 10.
I think so too.
Yeah, because Rubik's didn't get this one. So, yeah, Ross is going to be ending with 48. Do we get the orange TP missile? No, right? Wrong category.
Nah, wrong category.
Yeah, wrong category. Or wrong
80%
route, I
glitchless.
guess.
Any percent glitchless takes it.
Yeah, so Ross is likely ending with 46. Rubik's Cuber probably won't be able to dodge the Berenia Tower missile 10, so he's going to be ending with 54.
So I think this is a bit of a knowledge check here, actually. Ross is missile weaving on that first gold Chozo, and to my knowledge, it's optimal on this fight to not missile weave when both Chozos are occupying the platform, because you're actually lowering your DPS on the bot that's in the back. Is that correct?
It depends on what you prefer, what your preference is. So in my opinion, like if I were to do weaving here, I would even if I'm hitting both, because I want the first robot to die.
Just ASAP.
Yeah, because if they're both on the platform and the first robot dies, for some reason the second robot stops functioning and it just sits there. So I want the first one to die ASAP, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it's just whatever. It is what it is.
I wasn't sure. I just, I was under the impression that it was not good to weave on the first one.
It's fine either way, I think. As long as you're getting the RNG you want. So like
true.
both runners making the bots look like paper, which is a
making
good
the RNG
sign.
manip looking really easy too.
And then now Ross is going to be sparking up Golzuna Tower, that's what I like to call it, and almost head bonks there.
You almost bonked on that slope.
Yeah, it might not look like it, but you can head bonk that. It's sad.
Been there, done that. It's not fun.
We're gonna be seeing a Golzuna kill coming from the side of Ross. Oh, looks like he got the
Going
correct
for the run through. Yep,
Nice.
looks good.
Even the PowerPoint is a little slow here, but we can still tell based on the sounds we're hearing. Nice.
Yep, there it is. He's got the 4 spark. Well, that's 3. Let's see if he gets the 4th. All right, looks good. Done and done.
Easily done. If Rubix wants to keep this deficit where it is, he's going to have to replicate the same kill through one of the 2 methods that we currently know. So, here it comes.
And most runners in Mawkin Bracket make it look pretty easy, but it ain't.
Yeah, it's definitely non-zero chance to have everything go to ruin, that's for sure. Oh, whoa, nice recovery by Ross. Rubik's doing the figure 8, the crazy 8s, which is what I like to call this one, which is functionally the same. It's just a different set of inputs. And he's pause buffering to get the store here.
Yeah,
That's
I think
strange.
I think he knows that he didn't run quite as far to the left as he probably should have. So I think that's probably why he pause buffered the store there. And you know what? If you know how to pause buffer a store like that, because that's how you do short boost, you may as well make use of it as a recovery strat, you know?
Yep.
Speaking of buffers it every time? Interesting. Thank you, Trey. I didn't know that.
I don't really understand it. I feel like it's just a matter of feel, but hey, if it works, it works. That's all that really matters, right?
It works.
Another thing that I guess if it were excuse me. Another thing that might have been a if it works type deal at the end of the Golzuna fight with the Corax, Rubik's Cube is sparked downward.
Yep.
And it hit the Corax anyway, so it's good. But I like to spark upright, just so I can like
as well.
be there. Oh, nice! Ross perfectly layering that cross bomb with the blocks there to get a forward boost. I think
spark upright actually.
Yeah, insta spark upright. Ross having a bit of trouble laying bombs on this DT grapple. The process for this pseudo is slide into it, and then turn around, buffer that second turnaround, and then shoot. It's the same thing for water spore spawn skip in Berenia. Yep.
Water spore spawn skip.
Wuss. I'm never calling it that ever again. I'm sorry.
Please do. It's good.
Nah.
It's good. It's good.
Ross went for Insta Spark across this bridge. Rubik's Cube doing that? Oh, all right. I guess there's some merit to that.
Again, if it works, it works.
Yeah, true. If it works, it works.
Both players not getting the grub skip here.
Yeah, honestly, I still don't know how to do this one. Arcandy and Beat-Up make
really
it look
hard
super
jump
free.
list. With no jump upgrades, it's very difficult.
Yeah, Ross is going to speed boost across the gap here to open this door.
Take him a safe version where you can see it.
Yeah, he takes it really far. It's very annoying later on, but the longer you spend going towards the door, the less of the return you get.
Yeah.
Since you'd be overlaying that time. Speaking of, the Wave Emmy is nowhere to be seen. Ross being blessed by RNG.
Oh, it does happen sometimes.
If that door didn't close, he would have been back out.
That would have been interesting.
Gets a lucky backwards D-boost there through the fire and flames. I'm never saying that again. You might have the beard, but relax. Oh, I've never seen this.
Okay.
That's interesting.
We're seeing a couple of interesting strats here that I've literally never seen before.
Yeah, I wonder where that idea came from. Rubik's Cube also descending down Frenia. Uses the melee to skip that ledge. We'll see what type of wave Emmy's. Oh, no!
Okay.
Oh, yes!
Free.
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah!
Well, it depends on the door.
Yeah, true. Well,
Rubik's loses 4.5 seconds to that door. Meanwhile, Ross misses the correct down. Did he just try to go
did
for...
he two-cycle?
No, he didn't.
Oh, no!
It's alright, he's gonna get it here.
At least we got a 3-cycle and not an accidental 4-cycle.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Ross is solidly ahead here. An entire SQ fight and like 3 rooms of gap between the runners.
Yep.
So even if Rubik's gets like perfect pogo stick into 1 cycle, there would still be like an extra room worth of time that he has to make up against Ross here. High-fiving.
High-fiving, yep.
Yep.
At this stage in the game, it's really difficult to make up time. And
that it is.
A lot of runners have these last rooms in the game pretty well under their belts, you know, and didn't press right early enough.
Yeah, so now he gets half of the pogo, but
This
now
is the
doesn't
2-cycle
get-
as well.
Yeah,
You have to press right after the 3rd bonk.
that
If
you do.
If you do it on the 4th bonk, you will not be on the correct side of SQ.
Yep. You've got to do it and then return back to left. Otherwise, you won't be able to ping pong off of it when you're misaligned slightly.
Yep.
The robots here, on the other hand, are
They're just
very much
dead.
aligned and are also dying.
They're
Very
just
nice.
dead. Ross making his way downtown to grab the old space jump.
Yep. The runners are somewhere within the realm of 45 or between 40 and 45 seconds apart at the moment. And
Space jump touches.
yeah, let's see if Ross gets trolled by the door.
103.03 on touch.
I'm hoping Ross gets to leave this room.
Might have to take the long way. This
I
is
would
one of
hope
the few
not.
things that could happen if he
Nice.
ends up having to take the long way. Well done.
Yeah, so that's probably the only other place where Ross could feasibly just lose 40 for no reason. The other one, though, is Wave Emmy, depending on which kill he goes for.
rbxqbr crushing these bots. Also making them look like tinfoil. This is another item room. Nice. Ross remembered that he was still doing item tutorial skip and did not meme on himself.
No one's
runner
lost
going
it,
for the
right?
Shine Spark method. Oh no! Rubik's Cube missed a storm missile.
Well, that is scary, but it's all right.
A bit of a time loss.
I mean, all you're really looking for here is to continue having 15 missiles on the way to the next lock. For those who
true,
might
yeah.
remember, Carter Freak unfortunately had like 13 on the way to the next lock that Ross
I
passed a
couldn't
while
believe
ago. And Carter, they were forced to unfortunately incur like next to a minute of loss.
Yeah, it's
Because they had to recuperate their storm missiles. But here, Rubik's having 20. Oh, he was even waiting to see if he got a. Looks like he was waiting for like a green drop. Yeah, he's still trying to get green drops for these storm locks just in case. He knows.
Yeah. Might be listening to the commentary.
Maybe. Ross now heading for the Wave Emmy kill. We'll see which one he goes. Oh, going for the standard.
Consistency.
Let's go.
I appreciate it, you know. It's not getting the blob. Unfortunate.
That's fine. That blob is irrelevant. We don't need it.
Broke that bomb block a little early. It's gonna respawn. Oh no, actually,
doesn't look like it did
good.
too much. Yeah, it's fine. Looks
It's
like
easy to break that bomb block too early.
that it is. It also looks like he's gonna have to finish the kill on the bottom here, which is fine.
Yeah.
It does lose a little bit of time. That's enough.
With this strategy, though, it's pretty typical to have to walk down there.
Yeah,
because the enemy gets really close to you by the time you're able to break its plate.
Your timing in general would need to be pretty good on like almost all parts of that kill if you want to have the Emmy faceplate break up there. Speaking of up there, Rubik's aiming towards the heavens. Oh, he misses deep blue.
Misses deep blue, so he's probably going to go for the same strat that Ross went for.
Probably. Oh, no, he's not.
No, making up the time.
Well, let's see if his aim is true. You can only miss somewhere within the ballpark of 4 shots. Aim looks
is good so far.
That should work.
Crushing it. This should be okay.
Yeah, that should work just fine.
Yeah, that should be good.
That's great.
Slide under?
Aim lower. Aim. Whoa.
Took the jump. Oh, no.
We're good, right? Start charging.
Okay, we're okay. We're okay.
Come on,
come
on.
Don't. We got this.
Nice recovery.
Jeez, I was nervous.
That was an excellent recovery on the side of rbxqbr. I'm not sure why he elected jump. Maybe he thought
didn't have confidence in his kill because he had it.
Yeah, he should have.
It was literally maybe 3-4 more bullets would have sent him into the phase transition, and he could have just slid under.
Yeah, so the thing with this kill that you just saw, you can complete the kill without even moving, and then when the wave enemy starts breaking the faceplate, you'll slide under it. The thing with that kill is that it is one of the most visually terrifying enemy kills that we've got. Yeah, that also happens to be a standard strat.
It's so scary to do. It's really spooky.
So for most people with that particular kill, confidence is key, and if you don't have it, you might see them panic a bit or jump over it. I think most people who want to do that type of kill but lack that confidence go for deep blue. So.
Yep. And I think it actually kind of comes down to a knowledge check. You have to know that you have to kill.
Ross here, charging storm missiles in between attacks from the red Chozo. The reason why we do so is because storm missiles do like a bajillion DPS
damage.
Hey, you chose the same. You chose the same quantity that I did.
You know, a bajillion is a great number.
Get out of my head, Ed. I don't want you here.
I can't do it.
Why not?
Because we speedrun this game.
That's true.
Spinning.
Yeah.
Just spinning because it's cutscene o'clock. Getting up, take a drink of water, take a little stretch. I agree with this strategy, personally.
Yeah, just get it out of your system for sure. Like when I was doing my runs today, I was head bobbing to music and all that, celebrating when I felt like I needed to. I needed to just get the energy out of me, you know? Gotta keep my aim straight and true. Yep.
Let's see how rbxqbr's red Chozo fight goes. Nice, 2 storm locks as well. Getting the, I think that was only 2 there.
It should be fine.
No, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, you can do it with 2 and 2 if you wanted.
Gotcha.
You just need to have good like wave beams in between, which is very easy for these runners here.
Yep.
You'll notice here when Ross gets the power bombs, he lays the power bombs before he enters the next room. This is because if you transition into the next room, power bombs for some reason reset their charge. And right there, Ed says nice because we were really looking.
Oh no, he missed the power bomb lay. Why is he even laying a power bomb right here?
Yeah, why would you lay it again? I mean, it's alright.
It's just wasting time.
It's alright.
But you get stuck into your muscle memory of laying power bombs in that room.
Yeah.
You're just doing it. Getting the full speed keep.
Yep. You'll notice here that Ross needs a power bomb to break that bridge. Very reminiscent of something in Super Metroid where you can like enter Meridia a different way with a power bomb.
What game?
Last Bridge, Super Metroid.
What's that?
Oh,
I'm kidding.
You're playing a bit.
I mean, it's a bit.
But it's the same thing. You need power bombs for that. So there are robots in these Emmy zones you can see flying above rbxqbr here. They can only drop power bombs if you shoot them, and even then it's RNG.
Yep.
So we're looking to shoot them here. Wait,
if you're quick,
you didn't even try.
You can usually get it.
But Rubik's didn't even try.
I think he's banking on getting him in.
Oh, he's getting him here. All right, fair enough.
Is fine.
Yep.
Not going for the speed keep though.
Rubik's and Ross are now roughly 1 golden Chozo fight separate. Rubik's does take some slightly suboptimal movement here towards the gold Chozo, so he's going to catch up a little bit later. So by the time that Samus rests her feet in the seat, Rubik should be entering the gold Chozo fight. I was correct.
So 109.19 was when Samus's fist closed on the fight here.
Gotcha. So we'll be able to use that as a moniker here.
No.
Why? So yeah, for that shield, you don't want to do a jump parry cancel since you want to follow up on the parry. So I wonder what that was about.
Pulling the shield is very slow.
Yep. All right. So you said 13 on the side of Ross, if I remember?
19. 19.
Looks like they are going to be 58 or 57
seconds apart, roughly.
Yep. So Ross would need to have a disaster Ravenbeak for RBX to Rubik's Cuber to catch up, and if Ross does have a disaster, if he wants to get back into the game, Rubik's is gonna have to have a disaster.
Yeah, exactly.
So...
This is like it's coming down to our friend Papa Beak.
Yep.
Nice, getting
Ross
the good
gets
RNG.
Great first RNG.
Bomb.
They're going to use storm missiles to weather the storm here within the parry sequence, and then go rain hell on him with the beams. Gets the gold skib, which is what we call it. Ooh, favorable RNG here.
Directly through time into phase 2.
This RNG looking kind of godlike so far.
Looking kind of good. Looking kind of good.
As long as Ross doesn't get... Oh, wow, this RNG is great.
That is an interesting shine spark across that room there.
Yeah, I have never seen that, and it's probably slower. Probably, but it's all right.
Samus bonking into that wall when you shine spark is kind of slow, and that's one of the reasons that flash shift is so much better than speed booster in this game on the whole.
Oh, Ross is not getting favorable phase 3 RNG. Oh, I might take this parry.
Take it?
Oh, he denies it. That's a good idea. No, but he has... Excuse me. He has the weave. He should be fine.
You can weave faster during the parry cutscene, though.
That's true. I'm not sure if the damage values are different,
though. No. Rubik's Cuber did not get gold. Oh, he did get gold.
He did, yeah. You only need 1 lock.
Oh, I thought it was 2.
Nah, sometimes it doesn't work with 1, but I think Rubik's is knowledgeable enough. Unfortunately, Rubik's accuracy isn't looking too good, and Ross leaving the Ravenbeak fight. At this point, he would need to get eaten like twice by RBX to lose.
Yeah.
So...
Or fail Arc Spark and then go for it.
Hey, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it again and again and again.
Yep.
Little too many times. Ross looking happy, looking like he's feeling himself.
Oof. Rubik's Cuber getting some unfavorable shine spark.
Yeah,
RNG,
this is not looking good.
Oh, and into a sun? That's
this is disgusting.
That's insulting.
Honestly, at that point, I would have just stared RB down and just been like, yeah, really? You want to sun me?
Yeah. Like, you know what? I'm just going to shoot you in the dome piece.
That's what I'm saying. But it looks like the fight is taking forever. Yeah, that was a byproduct of terrible RNG.
That was a really rough RNG. Really rough setup RNG.
As if there wasn't enough salt in the wound there, RB decided to have some final last words.
Absolutely a rude dude.
Alright, but Ross on his way out. By the time Rubik's Cuber gains control and escape, Ross should be pretty much out of here. Yeah. So this is going to be a GG's on the side of Ross. Looks like the internet also making interference.
The internet saying, we done, son.
Oh, man. Still, a great showing from both runners.
Awesome run.
At this point. This race was phenomenal. From the jump, they were always close. Unfortunately, Ross did pull ahead in the mid to late game for Rubik's Cuber. But that's just how it works. That's just how it goes.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That's what I'm saying. Looks like, yeah, according to the in-game timer, they are 56 seconds apart. Oh, Ross missing the spark. Okay, we're just going to have fun now.
Ross just doing some stuff.
Well, he is going to get out of here, which is what matters. So we're going to be clocking in a time of 1:13. Hey, Ross, come on. All right, 1:13:52. Race time officially 1:13:54.
Switch the audio over to Rubik's Cube.
Marking Ross as the winner. Let's get out of here.
Truly a great showing by both runners.
For sure.
I mean, the amount of times that they were frame perfect in this run was just silly. Ross was second try first short boost, and Rubik's Cube first.
We got a first try. Yep.
Whew. You don't get much closer than that, folks.
Yeah, definitely don't. The way they played their early games as well before Screw, they were really damn close.
Yeah, they really were.
Short boost went well for both of them, which to some is a good thing, and to others it's a bad thing. When you're behind and you both get it in a reasonable amount of tries, it's like, oh damn, I gotta make this up now.
Feels real bad when you're the one behind.
It do, but rbxqbr gonna clock in a sub 115 here at 1:14:50 with an official race time of 51.
Very nice. I love to see a sub 115.
Yep, and that is the race, everybody. Ross taking the victory against rbxqbr. We're gonna see if we can get these runners in for some post game.
Some post game chit chat.
Yeah, according to Ross, his stream was seamless.
Just seamless and perfect the entire time.
Yeah, but the issue is I'm in New York. Seamless is not seamless. We got a food delivery service called Seamless. They kind of suck sometimes.
Why is it every time I'm on commentary, my co-commentator is upset about a food delivery service? Is this just my theme? Is this my gimmick?
It might be. It might be. All right, we're gonna see if rbxqbr gets in here in like a minute or two. If he doesn't, we're gonna invite Ross into the call to have a chat. We'll see how it goes. But for now, let's recap what this run looked like. So the runners separated by, assuming I can do math, 56 seconds. The deficit almost never ping-ponged back in Rubik's favor, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that's just a testament to the consistency of Ross. Like I said earlier, the victory that Ross needs to pull out here has to be due to a significant amount of consistency from the point of short boost, which, if I remind, he's been playing forever, so the consistency does show up at some point.
And that's exactly what we said earlier too. You know, it's just it was whether or not Ross was able to keep that consistency, and we said that right around the time of short boost.
Mm-hmm. And we've got the two runners with us. Congratulations to Ross for the win against rbxqbr.
What's up, GG's, man.
Stop!
Huge GG's to both of you.
Yep, that race was great.
That was a privilege to commentate. That was a heck of a lot of fun.
That was fun.
You
got to witness the pause buffer mess.
Yeah, it was an interesting race. Like I was peeking at the restream, as we all do, as my stream, as a little birdie who has the world record told me my stream was dying of lag during the first part of this. But well, we were very close at different points in the race, like across the whole first 35 minutes. We were very, very close. So, and then I got short boost, and then I was thinking to myself, I'll bet you any money he's going to get it first try with a pause buffer. And then I was told.
And then there it was.
And I got it.
Try, so,
if there's one thing about the pause buffers, while it is difficult to do the pauses with at the frequency we're looking at from the side of rbxqbr, the consistency can and sometimes will be there for sure. So I was also expecting first try off rbxqbr, and thankfully that did happen.
Huge.
I'm glad you guys expected that, because in my last race, I think I lost 4 minutes to that.
Hey, that's in the past. We're living in the present.
Exactly.
It is interesting how like this tournament's been great for like many reasons for the community and for the viewers and whatnot. But like I was talking to Ace last night, I believe, or the night before. He PB'd, and we were both saying just like this tournament essentially. Everyone has either PB'd while racing or PB'd while on stream or whatnot. So it's essentially brought everyone's time down, made everyone focus on this category, and really brought like a good spotlight to my favorite category. But yeah, it's been good things all around for everyone. So
it's a whole Dragon Ball arc. We got the World Tournament coming up. Everyone is ascending. It's the Budokai, exactly.
It's the Budokai. Everybody's leveling up. Everybody's getting new abilities. Like it's insane.
Short boost. People were doing space jump. Now they're doing short boost. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's definitely great. On the topic of runs in general, I'd like to extend the question to both of you. How did you feel about your runs? We'll start with rbxqbr here.
Yeah, go ahead, Rubik's.
Yeah, so I mean, aside from kind of a sloppy opening, when I got first short boost on the first try, I almost started crying because I was just like, yes, I finally got it in a race. I was so happy.
Short boost taketh, but when it giveth, it do giveth. That is true.
Yeah, so I felt really good after that. And then I missed Deep Blue on the wave Emmy, but I was like, I don't care. It's kind of optional anyway. Yeah, felt really good about it.
And what about you, Ross? How do you feel about yours?
I mean, like I would say this, my house is like super cold. I think my wife's trying to like freeze me out of the house. But like the beginning of the game was terrible. I think I settled in like around like after backdoor flash, that was a mess too. So it felt like it was two sides of the coin. Like I felt like the first 30 minutes were just like atrociously bad for my level, and then the second half after short boost, everyone knows the feeling. You get short boost, you breathe the sigh of relief, and then you can play a little more freely.
Your shoulders release.
Yeah, I got a couple of the speed keeps, and after that, I thought I played pretty well on the way out. For me, if I can ever play within a minute of my PB in a race, like that's just for the amount of time that I play the game. That feels really good. So was super happy to play within about a minute of PB, and felt pretty good about it. We'll try to play better in the next round, but moving on, so that's a good feeling. So.
Silent Ed, you got anything to ask?
You know,
or what?
I'm like, I'm in a bit of a stunned silence after this run. Like it was just really cool. I mean, to see the two of you be frame perfect so many times with each other in the first 35 minutes of the game was just insane to me. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have any questions for either of these runners. Actually, you know what? I was just thinking about it. When you were saying before, rbxqbr, about going for deep blue, when you were going for that wave Emmy kill, did you think you didn't have the faceplate kill? Is that why you jumped over?
Yeah, I bailed because I think I didn't have it. I wasn't paying very close attention to my shots. I was just kind of reacting to like having not got the deep blue kill, and I haven't practiced the normal kill in months.
That makes sense.
I was just like, okay, I want to play it safe. I want to jump over, and yeah, it was pretty sloppy.
We were just worried because we both were looking at the shots, and I think you had perfect accuracy. I don't think you missed a shot.
It was pretty good. I probably could have just stood there and taken it. But,
I think you could have slid under, but you know what? It's better to go with the safer strat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Racing's funny in that sense. You're thinking about things you're generally not thinking about when you're just running the game right over and over again. These very quickly in your head pops in, what's a safe strat so I don't die so I can continue the race? Whereas you know your strats for the most part, obviously, in a regular speed run when you're just in hyper reset mode, where it's like in the race, you think, and it's going to lose a little bit of time, but at least I'm not going to die. So it's an interesting dichotomy between racing and just between speed running the game in the reset mode. So
yeah, it changes the whole mental game.
Yep, agreed.
Absolutely.
Speaking about the race environment, we are in the middle of a tournament. So unfortunately, with this being a losers bracket match, rbxqbr, you will be dropping out of the tournament. My condolences. However, the show must go on.
I am so happy to never have to do short boost again. I am thrilled.
Nice.
Yo,
I've heard that from a few
rbxqbr,
people who are out now. So.
I feel the same way.
You got to show out in the losers bracket. Unfortunately, your run wasn't as deep. However, you did play your best from what I could tell. Unfortunately, the short boost from last match didn't really go too well from what you said, but this time it went great. So very happy to see that you had a strong showing on your way, unfortunately, out of the tournament. So do you have anything to say to Ross, who's going to be bouncing off of this match to go on?
Well, I saw Ross. Didn't you do a video the other day where you got short boost like some ungodly number of times in a row? It was just disgusting to see that. It was really cool. So yeah, just good luck.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, don't get tendinitis.
No, I was telling Rubix before y'all got on. I said, well, the consolation or the prize for me is I get to go get beat by one of the French runners. So, barring a short boost disaster, they've got the game at a pretty high level. Yeah. So we'll see. It'll be.
I was gonna ask about how you felt about that match, but I think that sums it up pretty well.
There you go. Yeah.
The odds might be against you, Ross, but I will say, give it your best effort for sure.
I'm rooting for you.
Sure. Well, I appreciate you guys commentating. I know it was kind of last minute, but appreciate, especially you got on there and you set up the race room, and then you guys jumped on, and assumedly you did some amazing commentary. So really appreciate you. GG's again to Rubix, and thank you all for the viewers, and go start streaming the game because it is very fun to run.
It sure is.
Yeah, follow the runners for sure. I'm not sure if the chat command is working. If it's not, I'm down to manually input that. So Ed, if you want to sign us off while I get these links in the chat, follow these two guys. They do. Ross is a near master of this category when it comes to knowing the ins and outs of it. And Rubik's, I assume you're going back to some manner of unrestricted, or will you be taking a break from the game?
I'm probably going to go back to unrestricted hundo and normal hundo.
Nice. Needs more hundo. We need more hundo runners. So y'all watching.
I kind of miss doing spins, you know, just casino spins. I kind of miss it now. After short boost Stockholm syndrome, I'm ready to go back to something less painful.
Ready to go back.
A lot of us are ready to put short boost away for the holidays here after this is over. So
right. I think so. Yes. I think we all need to de-stress from short boost after the holidays are over. So Sat just dropped the links in the chat for our two runners, rbxqbr and Ross. Go follow them both. They're both excellent runners. They're both really cool, and we look forward to seeing them in our next potential tournament that might happen. Who knows when, if that's going to happen, but definitely start speedrunning Metroid Dread. This game is awesome. It's super fun to play. It's super fun to watch. It's really deep. It's really technical, and it's just one of the coolest things I've ever played personally. I can only speak for myself there, but I do love it a lot. Yeah, and with that, I'm gonna go ahead and sign us off. As Keku, wants us to say, our glorious overlord and tournament organizer. We'll see you next mission.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.